Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Desert Fox. It is now time for episode 52 in our Railroader series. Last time we were together, we were just messing around, moving stuff here and there and everywhere while I was fighting through a toothache. This episode, we are going to be continuing that. Right now, we've got a bunch of trains moving, and we are going to be dropping stuff off, picking stuff up, doing all sorts of gizmos and gadgets. Our biggest train out right now, to give you a little rundown, we've got the 4 diesels, almost Andrews. They've got a cut for Snowbird paper, and they're bringing up the pulpwood cars behind it. GLR 20 has the massive Alarka cut. (9002) actually has the pulpwood train, the Connolly Creek pulpwood train, and that is what we were presently working on when I sat down last night. So we're going to be working on all over the place today. So why don't you sit back, relax for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, and we are going to haul some stuff. We have a bunch of stuff that needs to be hauled to, from, and everywhere, so it's kind of our goal right now. 20's almost out of water. So, yeah. Alright, so let's come around the corner. I'm going to set a fusee like right there. Alright, let's go check this thing. Alright, so it's not there yet. 20. She's right here. Awesome. And then I know that Whittier itself has stuff that I need to keep working on, which has got, I think, 12. 12 is another location. Yeah, 12 Whittier Solid is another location we're going to need to be working on. Paying attention over here to this, I'll use 12 to go get the log switch out done. Actually, these can all come out right now. Great. That's actually fantastic, because those need to come out like yesterday. Because I've got 16 cars that still need to go in over there. So what is this? 11 plus 16. That was 27 cars for the sawmill. That is the most cars I've had for the sawmill ever. So we will take it. We will take it. Oh. Again, sorry if my my voice does sound a little muffled, or trying not to mumble. You know, toothache is a bitch. Tooth pain is a bitch. But I'm trying to attack it with as positive an attitude as I possibly can. And, you know, it's great seeing all you lovely people. Go, motherfucker. And then all this weight is going to get added to the Bryson cut, or the Silva Interchange Supercut, the record-breaking train we're trying to set. We are actually a couple of days away from hitting our target goal. So over the course, we're going to finish this service day and try to do the next one. And then whenever, so 2 days from the in-game day that we're on, is we're going to haul whatever we've got. On average, we add about 2,000 to 2,500 tons to the cut every single day, and we've been working on it for about 3 months. But we did have a massive hiatus, so Not really sure where it's going to end up being. Rough estimate is about 20,000 tons. All right. Excuse me. Look at that. Just enough room. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Excuse me. Yeah, see, I already got the gondolas put in here. Yeah, on the other side of the line, heading eastbound, Silva is a mess. So, there will probably be a whole ass dedicated session to me just sitting down at Dillsboro and Silva and cleaning that up. Which, I'm going to be honest with you. Of all the places on this whole map, that is probably my least favorite to work at. Oh, cool. Nothing hooked up there. This puppy dog's hooked up. No. Alright. 9,001. Or 9,002. And then you, my friend, should just be allowed. Yeah. And then, yeah, you just take the fuck off. And then you don't stop till you get to Barker's. And there's a nice little sighting. Right there. And that's how I'm going to stop you. Fucking fuse. There we go. Alright, checking you. You're pulling in. Cool. 12. Where are you at, babe? Alright, so now that 9,002 is taken care of. Okay, we can run down here. Pull those cars into here. All the way back. Decouple. Hook on. Push these down. And put as many of them in as I can. And then by that time, I should potentially almost be ready for a log switch out. No, it says I'm not, so. Okay. I'll just go fuck myself then. But yeah, no, that's really what it's going to be today. Is just bouncing around from place to place, doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that. The last couple of big sessions was a lot of just hauling back and forth. Like those diesels, the second that they're done, they've got to decouple from their train, recouple to another train, and immediately go running back to Graham County. Yes and yes. Yes. Boom. And then you'll stop there. I'm actually going to set the fuse there too. So now you've got a place to come into. Okay, that gives me a couple of seconds to go look at this. Right. Because, yeah, this is the other movement I need to finish. There you go, world. There you go. I mean, there is going to be a massive amount of work to do over here, so somebody's going to be happy. Another cut of cars to go in. All the pulpwood. But yeah, no. These videos on the YouTube side of things, if you're seeing them, you're probably seeing them shortly after I had my tooth ripped out. So you might not see something for about a week. I do apologize. I don't know. Last time I had teeth, when I had my wisdom tooth taken out of my head 10 years ago, it was a little bit different process. So I really wasn't. It was a whole ass like thing. So I don't know what's different between a wisdom tooth coming out or a set of wisdom teeth coming out and say something like a molar. So I don't know if there's a different procedure or not. So if I'm not really supposed to be talking and opening my mouth, then I probably will not be streaming for a few days. So just or recording for a few days. So just bear with me. I promise. But after everything's healed up, I am going to jump on this motherfucker like a stabbed rat. Check that passenger train really fast. Passenger train's doing okay. Oh shit, she's pulling into a Nantahala. Sweet. And I do hope everyone else is having a fantastic, absolutely fantastic Saturday. I am recording this on a Saturday. Looking out the window, it does, the weather does appear to look nice. So I do hope you're blessed with beautiful weather, a beautiful breeze, sundress season, and a little bit of sun. Just over here trying to fill the void of silence. Alright. So now I can just creep forward a little bit. Come on. We'll swap that load out. Hook up to that. We're going to just push it back up to Graham County because there is no turnaround point, a runaround point for me up there unless I want to do it at Topton. And I'm going to be real with you. Kind of got to jump to other places. So doing a runaround is not at the top of my priority list. So in the next stream, when I get yelled at by JJ or Mr.L for not running around, I'm just saying that when I'm playing by myself and I'm trying to get to all these places and simultaneously. Then, you know, that's what happens. GWR, hello, hello, hello. Ah, shit. No, no, wrong fucking button. GWR, my friend, how are you? How are things on your GWR going? Sorry to hear that, friend. Is it just like a summertime cold type of deal, or is it something a bit more serious than that? Regardless, I do hope you have a speedy recovery, because as I've chronicalized over the last few days, my tooth is shot, and I can understand. I can empathize being in not totally 100% healthy. I can totally understand that. Your head's in a different space. You don't feel healthy. Oh, brother. Oh, that's a fight right there. That's the never-ending war. But if you ever need to reach out, have a conversation with me or something, you just need to vent, I try my best, like with both of those subject matters, the railroad and the mental health. That's all you can do, really. Yeah, no, I think I'm sitting, this list is what, 20? 19 or 20 or something like that. And ow. And there's certain times where it's just very hard to run this by myself. Like earlier, when this day started, I had 196 cars in total to sort. And so that was a fucking problem. That's a bit too much for one person to try to organize. Yeah, exactly. All it's tier 5. I think it's one of those things where I just try to block it up, you know, do all my main hauling, and then in between the main haulings, I try to do like little shunt jobs and shit. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, that cat's being stupid. I don't know what you're doing. Are you stopping at Nantahala, or what the fuck are you doing? Okay, you're just doing some stupid shit, I guess. Alright, so 10,001 sitting here. which next train needs to come in behind him on that track. Ooh. So we set that, deactivate that, turn that on, line him in. 9002, what the fuck are you doing here? Ugh. Well, that causes confusion and delay. Because what I wanted to do is try to get Whittier done. Or eat the sawmill done. That way I can fuck off from here for a little while and just go set up the log change. Yeah, because now I'm pretty certain those logs are gone. Just stop at Nantahala, for the love of God. Thank you. That train will be halfway back to Graham County by the time you're done faffing around like an asshole. Damn train wanted to sit there and play tiddlywinks with the siding. Or with the signal box. We ain't got time for tiddlywinks, folks. I got less than 2 hours. We gotta get some shit done. Alright. So now that's back on the right track. We'll normalize that switch. Yeah, because I gotta quickly get the other cut of logs down, put them in, get this swapped out. We can clear out of here. Then we can jump back to this, drop that off, and then run it back down to Andrews. Passenger train will pass. Then, yeah, we'll pick this thing up. Pretty much I'm going to leave... After today's session, my goal is to basically leave Silva, Alarka, and Robinson Gap. And maybe a piece of Andrews. That way, in my next session, whoever's with me, we can put someone at Andrews. If it's just me, I've got Silva, Andrews, and I got places to jump back and forth to. But if I got somebody, I could put somebody at Andrews because there's fucking like 20 cars for Andrews. If I got somebody for Silva, I could put somebody down at Silva, and then I could start pruning shit, running supplementary services and extra shit that needs to be ran. It's pretty much where I am at with it. Yes. So okay, let me show you. So I do have GP38s. I do not have them installed, or I do not have them like on the railroad right now. No. So I do have a mod installed, but that is for a separate save. Because people play this, a bunch of people come on and play this. I wanted to make this as pain-free of an experience as possible with the mods until like everyone goes, hey, I got the GP38, and then we're like, okay, screw it, we'll run the GP38. Once there's Steam Workshop capabilities, I will probably start adding like track mods and stuff. Birdstown's on my list. There's a couple. Some things that, like, once we have bigger 5-6 person sessions, we could put somebody in a whole section like Birdstown and just say Birdstown's yours for the day. Just, come back and film them, check them out periodically and film them type shit. Do you run mod lists on yours, GWR? While you answered that, I actually have to go grab. It is 1 o'clock my time, so I have to do the medicine thing. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Shoved an antibiotic and pain medication into my mouth, down my throat. Give me 15 minutes, my tooth will not be hurting, and I'll be able to talk. I got a fair few mods, but I can remove the track mods I have, so all I have is cosmetic, like loco cab nicknames, better whistles, so I'll see and hear them on my end only, which doesn't affect multiplayer in any way. We did do a little experiment, me and my ops manager JJ. We did try a little science experiment with the GP38. So I can run the GP38 on the GLR, right? If no one else hops in, I could plop a GP38 in here. I could buy one right now, run it. Fine, whatever. The problem becomes, say JJ hops in, or you, or anyone else that does not have it installed. They cannot see it, they cannot touch it, and it becomes a giant invisible moving wall. I really wish I recorded it because it was really cool. Because poor engine number 12 here, smack dab, did about 50 miles an hour in full-blown manual and smacked into the fucking face of it. We didn't save it because this is science, but so we really dove deep on the science of how the mods work. So that's why I left it installed on my end. I just don't plop it in. The A-12440 loco mod. So the only reason why I never got that locomotive is because they gave us a, didn't they end up giving us a 440 with, yeah, 22. I think my Edward is a 440. But I think it's the one that they gave us. So that was the only reason why I didn't get that mod. Now, I'm assuming there's got to be some sort of difference between the two. Like, one's an A12, so I'm going to assume it's slightly smaller. Like, obviously based on assumptions here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. Can I get 7 in a cut there? into the into the loading track? I don't actually remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 7 in the Whittier tracks or is it 6? I do forget. Because I know if you've got the small cars, you can fit. Like, if you had the smaller box cars, I think you can fit 8. This is why we try these things, I guess. Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. That is actually pretty interesting. That was why when the GP38 came out, I had been, I follow a YouTube channel that, I guess they work with the modders or something, and it's like a place for the modders to, like, showcase, like, the engine. But it looks like it's specifically the engines that are being made. And there's, like, a whole bunch of them being made, and that's why I'm like, when they come out, there's going to be some shit on here. You're going to see some content about those engines and those mods. It's, they are making a workable, logical duplex. They are using someone is using historically accurate information for the railroad that ran in real life to make to figure out that what engines could and could not run on here logically. We have a preserved steam engine as a mod for the game. That's actually pretty cool. That's a cool little, like, historical thing. So, like, on my end, I know, like, I have engine 1. And that's the original engine 1 from the beginning of the game. She's just sitting there retired as a showpiece. And then 2 is also sitting right here. She just sits here with the breakdown train, just doing her thing. But they're basically in, like, a quote-unquote show mode or whatever you would call that.
Hello, Desert.
Hello. Who joins?
Who do you think it is? Or has it been that long?
I don't know. I can't tell. You didn't make a sound when you hopped in. So you got to say your name to me.
It's Ford.
Hi, Ford.
Been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you hear my brother in the background, it's because it's me and him for the next 2 weeks just here at the house. God
Awesome.
help me. That's not awesome. He's gonna torture me.
Well, that's what brothers are supposed to do. Just be glad you have one.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're on your map right now?
Yep, we are hauling. We are live. We are in living color. I am just doing a simple little power hour for the lovely people before I gotta go to work and listen to people bitch and moan about gambling for 10 hours.
I understand. Well, you have yourself a good one, all right?
Hey,
And
brother,
everyone
I will,
Please be nice to Wolf.
I will, I will message you in a little bit, brother. Maybe we can link up after I get off work tonight.
All right, understood. Have yourself a good one.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Love you,
Not a
buddy.
problem. Love you too. And see ya.
GWR says, I love the G16 Mogul so much. I could drive that old girl all day so long as she don't take loads more than 500 tons. I love that. Yes. I completely agree. Driving Betsy and Mighty Mouse 1 and 2 back in the day was some of, like, using both of them to just haul 10 cars was so now we've got them on, I've repurposed them. I didn't want to sell them outright. I felt like that was just wrong. And so I would like eventually them to put, like, 2 dead tracks somewhere. Like services that aren't there anymore or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and basically park them as heritage pieces. Just because that's kind of like what I wanted to do with them. So that's kind of why I put them on breakdown duty. So if we have a big session, 7, 8 people, someone derails, there is no shift R-ing from that person. Me or the ops manager JJ or a dispatcher or yard master will have to hop in 1 or 2, engines 1 and 2, and then walk our happy asses up wherever that derailment is with a breakdown train in 1 or 2 and come save you. Make you think about what you did. But we never ever have had to do it. We've never had a situation where that was a thing. We have not had to actually execute that plan. Thank God. Because that would have been a bitch and a half plus tax to do that. Excuse me. Did they change this asset? Something looks different about that asset. Okay. I have my numbers 1 and 2. Take it in turns to operate the passenger service between Whittier to Alarka, only as I designated them my Alarka branch engines, as well as taking freight consists up to Alarka via Bryson Yard. So you kind of got them on like light rail, light passenger, not necessarily like retirement duties, but kind of close to retirement duties. You got them, you know, they're out to pasture. Chiefs, what's up, baby? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Give me just a second here, folks. I got to get a drink. Okay. All right. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Hands to do the drinky of water. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, pretty much I outright refuse to sell them, and I know even double heading them, they're not strong enough for most duties out on the main line. So they're my branch line girls, and they couldn't be more at home, trundling along at 25, and taking it easy as they help me build my railroad. See, that's the thing, is like, that was my connection to them. I played with them for so many hours. Like, I'm fairly certain the first 7 or 8 episodes, right before I started connecting with JJ and Gizmo and some of the big hitters on the GLR crew, that was like, those two girls got me through a lot. Got me through. They helped build this. Like that, I couldn't part ways with them. And I at one point, like episode 20 in the series, 20 something in the series, I had my heart set. I had finally gotten my heart set on selling them and get rid of them. It's time for them to go. And I could not bring myself to do it. Like, last second, I just said, no, fuck it. Put them in the siding. You baled 300... Or you did 300 bales of straw Thursday night to Friday morning. And baled some more last night. Well... hit me up on the old Discordy chords, my friend, and I will have to figure out your time schedule of when you're available in accordance to when I'm available. But if I can make it work playing with Australians and Germans and Croatians and Mexicans and Singaporeans, motherfucker, I can make it work for my cousins in Britain. We are an international crew here. The GLR is a international crew. I can happily, openly admit that. We represent the only continent I think that's really not the only two continents really not represented is Africa and South America. At least in this server. So yeah, man. Here, you know what? Why don't you whisper me, DM me, yeah, hold on. There you go. I just DM'd you something, GWR, if you're ever looking for people. There's plenty of people there. You can hop in, join us, share your misadventures. We're all friends. Or if you have a easier with that, you can use that just to find me to get a hold of me. But I'd be more than willing to come help you out anytime. Ooh, I like that. You got it all color-coded and shit. We only really did, only color coding I really did is, like, just the livery. The livery of the cars is in green. We're a green and white scheme with purple, but, like, my diesels, there's some story for my diesels. This is just a pretty purple. Very pretty royal purple. This is Australian Victorian Railway, not railroad, railway scheme, the Victorian Railway. Why she's named Victoria. Heavy Harry, both my Aussies, right here. The purple was actually picked by Gizmo and JJ. That was they found that purple, and I fell in love with that purple. And then obviously we got Boko, the green engine, and we got a white Snowbird, because this scheme is green and white. So these kind of they're kind of our older think these are the newer ones. So this is actually older, but these are kind of my. We bought them from the ECL kind of storyline we put in. The lores, like how these two got here, was we borrowed them from the ECL, and he got them. You know, JJ got the EC stuff, those from the fucking, you know, from home, and I built a little lore. Okay, I like to build a world. Let me tell you a story. I believe it is specifically off of a locomotive, but I believe it is just their standard blue. Yeah, I think it is off their streamlined set. JJ would be able to answer that better, with specifically what engine and what, like, where it's specifically coming from. I will make sure that next time he's on stream, he answers that doodly for you. Oh. Say his name and he appears. I believe in JJ. R711. Why do I feel like there was no free slushies on that engine? Sir? Why aren't you going? You're doing the thing again that I don't like you doing. Oh, that's why, because I'm stupid. Ooh, oil burners? Oil burners and Hudsons. That should be the next update name. Oil burners and Hudsons. Yes, that is a lot of pulpwood because it is tier 5 pulpwood. we are moving an absolute army's worth. R711 was converted to an oil burning and is a 464. Ooh. Nice little piece of history there. Coming hot off the top rope with the facts there, my friend. Like it. But yes, Chiefs, we run Connolly Creek Pulpwood is 20 cars, 4 cars out of Barker's. And then we run 42 cars out of Graham County. Where is this issue at that I have created? 4. That's 5. That's my coupling for 6. Why aren't you fucking going? Because there's a handbrake on. But it didn't show me there was a handbrake on. You bastard. R71 is a VR Hudson R class. I love the R class. That is not only an oil burner converted in preservation, but last I saw is wearing the the VR blue livery used on the former streamlined VR S class, which I believe the livery was better known as the Spirit of Progress. It also has a retrofitted stand with standard diesel controls, so it can be set to double head with any MU compatible with R71's footplate. VR introduced the blue and gold for the SOP, but it was adopted network-wide shortly afterward. And R71, R711, has been experimented on in the past with various diesel injector chimneys, smokestacks. Very interesting. See? History is very, very nice. And yes. That part I did know, is that the VR scheme is based somewhat. I don't know how strong or loosely, or if it's like a direct takeaway from the Erie Railroad's logo or livery and scheme. But I do know there is a historical tie to it. Interesting. It's a carbon copy. So we'll get these out of the way. Then we'll run back down, grab those, go do our switch out. Or we'll go get the loaded and bring the loaded down. As legally different. Just reminds me of that scene from the movie The Interview, where they walk in, where James Franco arrives off the plane and he looks at all the people that are greeting him, and he goes, same, but different. That is literally what I would hear in a court of law when they looked at those two logos. And yeah, that's. Did I just read that correctly? You have a whistle mod that does have 5 chime in it from VR? Because I will tell you this. I will be the first one to admit openly, I do not know a whole heck of a lot about Australian railways, but I have learned a lot from people like Kruger and from JJ exponentially. Some of the prettiest whistles are VRs. Some of the prettiest sounding whistles come from VR. I will hands down throw that up and say that, make that argument. But that's my ear. That's my American ear. I've also been tormented with diesel horns that sound like you're rolling through with a cavalry charge behind it my whole life. So yes, actually GWR, a couple of the mods I was talking about earlier coming from that channel, it's actually called the Western North Carolina Railway, a railroad. It is a modders group, right? A modding YouTube channel. They have a Virginian duplex. So basically, like I was saying, they found a whole list of locomotives that ran on this actual line. And that was what they are incorporating into, like, modding out. So we'll have, like, there will be a duplex mod. And I will be honest. I was watching the TV show. It was on, like, Hulu or something. I I don't know if it's called Railways Extreme or something, but it was like Railroad off Australia or something. And I think it was the show, and that's like I did not think of myself much as like a Streamline fan. Someone who was a real genuine appreciator of like streamlining stuff, but after watching that show, I genuinely appreciate the effort put into streamlining trains. Oh, seeing as we're a couple minutes before the top of the hour, I just want to say, if you're still watching, you're a madman. I love you. You're awesome. On the YouTube side of things, let me know down below. Type Whittier. Actually, just throw a log in the fucking emojis. Help me fight that algorithm. Thank you. You guys are all madmen and madwomen. I love you. And I hope you're having a kick-ass day chilling with me. Thank you. Now, back to what we were talking about. My favorite Hudsons are R76, as she started my love affair with the class, R711 because I love blue liveries, and R766 for being the very first and only converted R class not to run on standard gauge, R class for passenger, and the K for freight, I think, R761. Ah, okay. Getting us all caught up here on the messaging. R700. JJ has a very interesting perspective on the VR stuff. So I mean, I could ask you, which one of these have you physically, like, worked with or like been around in the yards and stuff? Like, have any of the engines like R71, R661, R700? These are ones that you've like physically have messed with or like seen in the yard and such. Speaking on the K class, I love how K183, the blue one, is back in action after that horrific crash with a semi she had some years back, and I love it even more they kept her in her blue livery. Why? Yeah. I mean, if that's her colors, and yeah, she should be in her colors. And that's just good. That's just, I feel like that's just good practice. You know, they put her in her colors, and that's her colors. And if she's a blue engine, she's a blue engine. See, with that, yeah, with your knowledge of it, that's why I was trying to like pinpoint if like these are engines you had. This was actually like this. See, this is a really cool like little piece of conversation we're having. Exactly. Yep, on his ECL, which has been on the channel once or twice, maybe thrice. There has been a couple of features of that specific SW1 Y164. There has been little power hours where I have had to do jobs with it. And I will tell you, she's a fun loco. She's got a little personality in her. I thought there was a K class in preservation in lined green at Steamtown. Or was she repainted to standard VR K black? That I do not know. As far as I know, K153 has always been black. Oh, it's K163 in lined green. Might be big enough for that whole cut. Eh. So this was I know this is American Steam history, but I actually just found out yesterday while watching a video at work. Channel I watched did a video on the history of one of the Challengers, Union Pacific's large Challenger locomotives. The ones slightly smaller than their bigger sister Big Boys, but the ones that are just, they're like 2 hairs smaller than a fucking Big Boy. And found out that her last revenue train service was actually in 1993 due to an emergency of a lack of engine power in the area that she was being restored in. So they put her into emergency service to haul mainline freight. Thought that was a nice little piece of history to share with the class. I know it's not Australian steam history, specifically American, but Alright, folks. Quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. What's my thoughts on the Jays? Or is this more of a JJ question? They're an upgraded K class, essentially. A few differences. The massive gap between the boiler and the frame has always looked odd to me, though. Yeah, there are locomotives out there that, like, there are certain, like, I don't even know if it's like a national thing, or there's just certain ones that, like, certain countries just put together really odd-looking locomotives. Not singling out any one or two particular nations, but two of which that do come to mind in the world of wacky, zany, fun-flatable, inflatable tube men of railroads and engines would be France and Italy. South Africa and Spain, India. This is not a negative comment. This is not a negative comment in any way, contextualized way, shape, or form. This is just one person's look through the eyes of it. People get passionate about these things. Now, I will say, yeah, that's something to me that, like, baffles my mind. That Heavy Harry just, He's just chilling. He's just sitting there chilling, not doing a damn thing. Could be making. I mean, I'm obviously paraphrasing. He probably does do something, but yeah, that's like he's like. Even as an American who has access to like an engine like the Big Boy and the Challengers and all that shit, 4014, 844, 37 or 3817, blah 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 blah. There is something about Heavy Harry that for me speaks, because I think Heavy Harry is a one of one. There isn't another one. And is it simply because it's far too expensive to put it back together to running operation, or is it basically in that state of preservation that's too far gone? Like, there are certain steam trains out there, big ones in here in America, that they just retired because there's just not enough people to build the parts or know how to install them. It could be a manpower situation. I know you've shared this with me before quite a while ago. The reason why Harry's not being ran. But yeah, the logical reason would be is just that it's just too expensive to put her back together. And she's not privately owned, right? She doesn't just have like a single owner owning her, right? She's owned by the railway, right? All of those go on the backside over there. So cool. See, like, I don't know, man. I'm a big proponent of these engines, like Harry, fucking the Scotsmans, any of them class, the big boys, the Challengers. Any of these things that proved that they are undeniable pieces of steam of rail history, and they have etched their place in like lore. It's weird. Like in any other sport and any other thing, we'd have these things immortalized. And yes, at the end of the day, it is simply a machine, but there are thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that fall in love with these pieces of machines because what they do, what these things symbolize. So I'm a big proponent of, hey, government, find some fucking money in the budget and save some trains. And I am actually really happy that America is really getting the preservation bug, because more and more I'm hearing more stories of private ownership of these, of the guys are just, rich people are just calling, people who can afford it are just calling the railways and buying their heritage stock to have it restored. And then finding people and finding, using their companies or whatever to basically fund the build themselves to get these fucking things back up and running, which does kind of suck, but at the same time it shows that there is a genuine hard interest in preservation here. I mean, it's not every day a company gets to call Union Pacific and buy 3 of its fucking heritage locos and like 25% of its rolling stock for restoration. 4014 is going to get its original tender back. That's like, people are losing their fucking mind over that. God damn it. 12, you just want to be funny today, don't you? I'm not sure the legalities of who owns it, but it is on stack to play or display at ARHS. Well, I did tell, I think I jokingly told JJ this, but if I ever did come down to Australia, the whole time I'm there, he's basically just got to take me from one rail spot to another, to another, to another. The whole trip is just going to be, that's the same thing I told Mr.L. Like, the whole time, like, I want to go to Germany. I want to experience the world. I want to go to Britain. I want to see GWR trackage. And I want to see the Scotsman. You know, these are things on my list. I'd love to be able to put them on the channel. You know, get the channel to a place that I could do a project like that. And show some of this history. You know, I'm a big history nut. So the more I can get my hands on it and get my hands near it and absorb the information and absorb the knowledge, the better. I didn't know shit about driving a train, about proper train management, or any of that shit prior. I just knew trains. I just loved trains. Watching them come by, watching them work, do their thing. But it was people passionate like JJ, Mr.L, who helped corral. Yes, I still make funnies and I still make goofs and fuck-ups. But I'm human. It's a video game. I wouldn't do half of what you see me do wrong in this video game in real life. I'd probably be getting yelled at for being too overly cautious. Son, speed limit's 40. You're doing 10. Yes, I don't want to hurt nobody. You're going to hurt yourself because you're not going fast enough. Type deal. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's the cool thing about Harry is just a super, like, Harry is a supersized fucking engine for its actual size. Like, it's basically just like a 5'8", 5'10" guy who's just fucking jacked to the fucking gills. He just spent every waking day in the gym, right? Yeah, you know, his cousins, they're 6'6", you know, they're a bit bigger, right? But his size and strength is still commendable and respectable. That's what makes Heavy Harry, like, special, is that, to me, he can compete against some of his bigger American cousins. And give him a hell of a fight. But I want to make it clear. I don't think, logically, based on what I know and what JJ has taught me about Australia's rail network, I don't think anything like a big boy would actually logically work in Australia. Maybe iron ore trains and shit. Yeah, bauxite trains and shit. Those super heavy ones. But, like, from what I understand of what he's explained of the network and how things worked and the gauging and all that stuff, Heavy Harry was the perfect maximum sized engine for that railway. Maybe get a skosh bigger, but he was the perfect size for the time. Again, I could be completely wrong in that assessment of thought, but after some of the explanations that were given to me of how some of the tracking and gauging works out there, you really want a big boy trying to run over a dual gauge section of track that goes from standard to fucking min gauge, or, you know. No, we don't. That would just be a nightmare scenario for the maintenance away crew. And I do want to take a quick second here. We got a little bit while to go. I got about 45 minutes of this stream to go before I have to get ready for work. I just want to take a quick second and just say thank you, because having everyone hop in and chit chat, it's really genuinely helped me ignore the tooth in my head. Me talking is not necessarily helping. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you guys being here and having positive things to say, and just sitting here. Honestly, if you're just sitting here, thank you, because it makes the world it makes these types of situations a lot easier to deal with. And I promise I will be 100% as soon as I can. So the thing with the Bay or Garretts is, don't they weigh less than Harry? Isn't that the weird thing about Garretts? Like, for their size and pulling capacity, aren't they like incredibly light locomotives? Which was kind of like their trade-off or kind of deal. I don't really think we discussed much about the Barretts, or the Garretts, Bay or Garretts. I just know there's a absolute metric fuck ton of variations of them. And that's usually, and I think that's like what we figured out was where a lot of the world went. They either went the way of the Garrett, or they went the way of what like the United States did with simple and complex duplex locomotives, articulated locomotives, and shit like that. Pretty much it was like, if actually now if I'm thinking about it, your guys' Garrett, like the big ass Garretts, are like supposed to be your guys's relative to the like Challenger and the big, like our huge steam titans that we have. But a Garrett is a very interesting looking locomotive. And it is one that is on my list. So Whittier, we gotta get back to the sawmill here in a minute. But let me just finish Andrews. Like, Let's just finish this section. We'll pull this back out. We'll send it back down here. Well, actually, I'll probably just grab the diesels and do this shunting because it's picking up. And what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, yeah. Ow. Okay, come on. Back it up. Okay. 10, you have done an indelible service to the Empire. Oy. Set these back in the line. We'll get these other cars shunted over. Nice and easy. Now I just thought about that. Shit. That's up there. That's a different problem for different stream. Probably won't have to deal with that today. Come on back. Bring it on back. Ten, Papa, you can go. Get out of the way. You just wait on these to finish up. And let the kids handle the other stuff. So what's going in first? R1s and some PW1s. Alright, cool. And some PO2s. Ow. That was a neck crack and a half. That can get better. And once I finish this location, this will free me up to go at least to Nantahala East. So Nantahala, Alarka, Silva should be the 3 big ones left. There is like a dozen cars left to go in at Robinson Gap that we had Mr.L park on the sighting. All I know is I just hope that when this is all said and done, that we're looking at a cut of about 20,000 tons or more. If I did my math right, we're sitting at about... Fuck, now I don't remember if it's 14 or 16. We'll figure it out. I want to Take that whole string out. Put that one in and put the two behind it in. That's what I'll do. I'll set them onto that car, and we'll put all the interchange cars in that siding for the moment, till it's time for the bastards to come out. All right. Oh wow, that does dive away. Just a little bit. Dive down and away. You did a thing, GWR. What did you do? And if saying it on chat's going to get you in legal trouble, then let me be a good friend and tell you to shut the hell up now. Hey! Oh! Ooh! Welcome to the Discord, my friend. Welcome to the Discord. Sorry I gave you impromptu legal advice. With the Streamlabs up, I can't actually hear. Everything's truncated. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Very nice screenshot. That's a very, very pretty. Oh my lord, that is it's gorgeous. I like the livery. For what it, the blue, the black, and the brass gold really do all sing together. They are really stitched in very nice. It would be cool if instead of changing the paint color of the engine, if we could just get the trim color. Like, I know getting the whole thing is what everyone wants. Like, you can change, you know, the trim color, the engine color, blah, 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 blah. But if we had to settle for one, I think I'd take the trim color over the body color option. Like, a gun to my head, pick one or the other. Like, I think I'm taking the latter over the former. Or the former over the latter. I'll take the trim. because there would be some really cool, like you'd be able to do a lot of like that VR stuff, the black and the red, uh, Deutsche Bahn. You wouldn't really be able to do like I guess GWR like British stuff. I guess you would need the body color for the. You'd need both for the. Because I'm pretty sure. Scotsmans are green and green body, black trim. GWR is green and green body, brass and black trim. Fun. Not. If I'm wrong, please don't execute me. Not gonna fit back in there, are they? Those are two big ass box cars. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pull the whole thing out. That's okay. At least it'll pretty much all be organized, minus that one car. Nah, dude. Share whatever the hell you want. Gizmo is on again, off again, the photographer for the GLR. So, dude, we will take. Yeah, I'll like. Ooh. These double-headed set's actually a really pretty photo. The tank engine on the bridge. That's actually kind of cute. And again, the sunsets and sunrises in this game, I actually think they fucking nailed. Last time I checked and last time I asked Gizmo, she still has like somewhere to the effect of like 1,000 screenshots from this railroad. So you are A-okay, my friend. Share away to your heart's content. Yeah. Just try not to compete. It's not worth the effort. But there's always room for more screenshots. And the only reason why you'll lose is because she doesn't like to. You know that meme of Michael Jordan saying, "And I took that personally"? No, but emo dump, brother. We don't care. Honestly, screenshot away. I love it. I want more screenshots to be shared. I want to see the stories. So, there's always room. All jokes aside, put the jokes aside for a second. Or the gizmo fear mongering away for a second. We should joke. There is plenty of room, genuinely, for screenshots. We want people to do it. I'm just not good at it. And I also usually have all this crap up on my screen. Like our friend Chili, he posted one from, I think he posted one from his railroad the other day. If not, I will find it and I will post it myself, because I'm an asshole. But see, though, JJ, Gizmo, I gotta kind of call Gizmo out. Because I invited her on here to do a photo op. To get some, fresh screenshots. Because we were going to get ready to do the supercut. We're going to need that shit documented. So, Gizmo, if you catch this later, I am pro wrestling calling you out. I hear it. You guys can't hear it, but when my neighbor's in his backyard, he just turned the radio on to some like Pantera, because he's out in the backyard doing some yard work. And that could not have been timed any better. It was straight up pro wrestling. Call somebody out and then their music hits. Oh, that was fucking perfect. I am so sorry you guys did not catch that. I just hear it's the opening riff to Walk. That scared the shit out of me for a minute. Yeah, sorry, I can't make the proper music noises. I can just do da-na-na-na. For right now. 'Cause it's the only one that doesn't hurt. Alright. So one car's got to be moved over. 2 more cars have to be picked up. There's actually a 3rd one on the other side. And by the time I'm done with faffing around with these, that fucking shit will be done because these coal cars just get sucked out like a... This is Andrews. This is, what is this? Snowbird paper? This is at the far west side of the line. We're actually way down here. So... We started today's journey somewhere, like up here. Worked over here. Did a little here. Sent 2 trains to Dillsboro. Sent the train to Alarka. Now we're down here working on the rest of this. Oh, you just unlocked Andrews? Quite interesting. Quite interesting. You'll have to let me know your approach to it. I mean that like... You'll have to kind of like sports break down how you fucking do it. Because I want to gather information to see if anyone does it any differently than how we do it here. And see if there's some, you know, simple... analytical information gathering. What do we got? 108. Hey, the safety rating went up. Our performance fucking tanked, but that's probably because we have like 300 cars sitting randomly. And I'm assuming we now do get penalized for not taking outbounds out. Because that's the only logical explanation, because yesterday we delivered everything. I picked up everything. We had to play day 48 twice. Because of some sort of fucking glitch or whatever. So, I don't know. We'll get it figured out. I guess we did get it figured out because everything is back to normal. Because we had a bunch of cars come in. Very empty railway for the interchanges to service. So, come on back. Come on back. All right. Sweet. All right. I think that's where I am going to end today's stream off with just after we did a shitload actually in 2 hours. So, if you like this content, please consider smashing that follow button here on Twitch. If you ever feel so inclined, you can also potentially hit that subscribe button. I don't really give it a shit. On the YouTube side of things, if you like this content, why don't you smash that like button, destroy that subscribe, obliterate that bell icon. Today, I want you to absolutely smash it with Heavy Harry. H220. Just run that motherfucking shit over with it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you guys for being so talkative. Thank you, it helped you guys have helped make work tonight a breeze. And you don't know what that means to me. So, thank you guys. If my jaw's not absolutely killing me when I get off work tonight, I would like to either stream something, or I might just game off camera. So I will let you guys know. Until next time, if I don't see you later tonight, you will see me in the morning. Peace, be safe, and kick a little ass. Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, until next time, which will be either later tonight or tomorrow, why don't you smash that follow button if you haven't. Find the Discord link, hop in there, drop some screenshots, say hello. On the YouTube side of things, smash, destroy, obliterate that bell icon with Heavy Harry tonight. The ad rudely interrupted me. But thank you guys so much for hopping in today, talking with me. It has made work so much more bearable. You have no idea. So until next time, whether it's later tonight or tomorrow, peace.